新谷のやつ、やっぱり放り出しやがったか。あいつは粘りがなくていけねえよ。
けどこれでもう俺の案件です。一人でやりますよ。
そっか。
八神さん。
ん？
最近真冬と会ってないんですか？
え？なんで急に？
あの子は男の人に免疫がありません。八神さんがリードするべきです。
なんだそれ。
沙織君の幼馴染か。新谷が悔しがってたぜ。あんな美人の友達がいるならもっと沙織君に優しくしときゃよかったってよ。
俺らまだ付き合ってるわけじゃ。
まだと言いましたね。つまりその気はあると。
だとしてもそっとしておいてくれる？
What did I just do? Me to do that.
真冬君は検事なんだろう。弁護士と付き合うとかありなのか？
だからほっとけって。
まずは大久保新平の件か。無罪を主張する方針でいくんだな。
そのつもりです。
かつ目処はついてんのか？なんか突破口はあるんだろ
う。まあ一つだけ掘り下げたいと思ってる証拠があります。
おお、そりゃなんだ
The only thing I can think of is this.
これです。被害者が入院していた個室なんですが、この場所で目撃されたのを最後に被害者は姿を消しました。その時目撃者は病院のドア越しにこんなアングルで枠さんを見たはずなんです。でもこれだと手前の棚で見通しが悪い。
ああ。
要するにベッドに寝ていたのが本当に本人だったかは反論の余地があります。布団の中に人がいるように見えただけだったとか、または犯人がそう見せかけたとか。
だとしたら裁判にどう響く？
まず8時の時点で被害者が生きていたという前提がなくなります。すると犯行可能だった時間帯が大幅に広がる。
Can't they tell a time of death based upon... Oh, right. Well, they can't tell a time based upon death because they didn't find a... The body was dug, it was 3 months later. So, never mind. They don't have a time of death. They can only judge time of death based upon when he was last seen and when the truck no. Yeah, when he was last seen and something else. I can't, like, when the truck left? Yeah, because the evidence shows that he was in the truck at a certain time. He was most likely dead by the time he... I don't know how they decide he was dead by a certain time. They can know he's alive by a certain time for sure. But how do they know he's dead by the time he's in the truck? He could still be alive. He might not have killed him. Like, he could have knocked him out. He might have been unconscious. He might have smothered him and made him unconscious, but not dead. Might have only been unconscious. You can still have signs of smothering or strangulation, like I said, be unconscious, then not have finished the job until they got there. So, yeah, their decision that he was dead by a certain time is quite wobbly.
主張できます。
なるほど。悪くねえな。おい、お前なんだ。今の新谷の声だよな。
多分。
逃げんだ。今のやつがうちを盗み聞きしてて。
Is it Chase?
で、いきなりスタンガンを押し付けてきやがってよ。おい。
That's definitely a girl.
待て。待て。
I like how everything's got a sepia tone. This has got to be the girlfriend, right? If that last one wasn't the girlfriend, then this is the girlfriend. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Oh no! Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. No! Damn it. How did I fuck up so bad? What the f— I hit that button. I hit that fucking button. It just didn't take the input. Wait, what? It said clear? Did I not catch that person? Oh, I did. How did I do terrible? How did I do so terrible?
あんた寺澤さんだろ。違うか。
話して。こんな人前で堂々と痴漢かよ。クズ野郎。
I did bad on that one.
てめえをおもちゃに。
That last one wasn't my fault though. I hit the stick to the right, like really early on, and it just didn't take the input. It's not giving me anything. Give me SB. Ain't you giving me nothing.
"弁護士さんって案外強いんですね。
別に俺から逃げることなかったろ。用があって来てくれたんじゃないのか。
八神さんと話したいことがあって、でもあそこでまた悩んでたの。 そしたらあのセクハラ弁護士が大声出すからつい。
だからっていきなりスタンガンかよ。まああの人だったから別にいいけど、話すだけなら悩む必要なんてないんだよ。どんな内容でも秘密にしたければ黙ってる。安心しな。弁護士の守秘義務ってやつだ。
That's not quite how it
枠さん
works.
を最後に見た目撃者がいますよね。病室で寝ているのを見たって。
ああ、
その証言をするの生野さんっていう人なんです。先端創薬開発センターの科学者でセンター長の右腕。
この人がショーの。
ええ、真面目な人だからナースからも信頼されてて。でも証言する内容を聞いたらちょっと引っかかることがあった。
どういうこと？
生野さんが本当に枠さんを見たのか、なんか怪しいっていうか、嘘をついてるってことじゃないの。ただちょっと勘違いしてるんじゃないかなって。他のナースも多分みんなそう思ってると。
そんな話今まで全然出てなかったな。
だって研究棟の先生にケチつけることになるでしょ。ナースの立場じゃやっぱり言いづらいと思う。おまけに裁判で証言なんてことになったら。
寺澤さんも
So what? He's wrong, he's wrong. Maybe he should man up, grow a pair of balls,
職場でちょっと
be
浮
able
い
to
てる
admit
方
it.
だし。それに
ん？
大久保さんは無実だと思うから。
へえ、そっか。やっと俺にも味方ができた。
私は先端創薬開発センターの研究員です。センター付属の入院棟では様々な新薬の臨床試験が行われてまして、それで事件の日もいつも通り患者さんたちの様子を見に行ってました。
それは何時頃でしたか
？7時50分頃です。
確かですか？
患者さんたちの朝食はいつも8時と決められてます。ですからあの日だけでなく、私はいつもその時間に入院フロアのデイルームへ行くんです。
デイルームというのは？
ええ、自力で立てる患者さんは各自の病室ではなく、そのデイルームで朝食をとります。そして私はナースが食事を介助する脇で患者さんたちから体調や薬の感想を聞き取るんです。
生野さんはそこへ向かう途中、被害者の病室を通りかかったわけですね。
はい。
Yeah, he totally did
そ
the
の
murder.
時に枠さんの姿を目撃された。
はい。
どのような状況で枠さんを見られたんでしょうか？
病室のドアには窓がついていて、廊下からも覗くことができます。
こちらが病室の様子ですね。
そうです。
I almost, like, maybe not, but it seemed, something about him got, like, I don't like him.
枠さんは布団をかけた状態でベッドで眠ってい
He
ま
looks
す。
like he's, like, reciting something that he's memorized, the way he's doing it.
7時50分頃です。
以上です。
以上です。
八神先生、今更だけど、なんであの子が証人に？
Are they already dating?
出てきたんだけど、なんかまずいのか？
いや、別に。
寺澤さん、先ほどの生野さんの証言は聞かれてましたよね。
はい。
聞いていてどう思われました？
科学者として正確な言い方をしてないと思いました。そして医者としても患者に向き合っていなさすぎると思います。
もう少し具体的にお願いできますか？
生野さんは枠さんが病室で寝ていたと言っていました。でも廊下の外からそれを確認することはできなかったはずです。
今の寺沢さんの証言を示す証拠があります。こちらをご覧ください。
これは？
これも大事なんですが、やはり重要なのは次。
Oh shit, what did I do? Oh, I looked at... My bad. That was the wrong one.
こちらをご覧ください。被害者の病室をドア外から撮影した写真です。つまり、
It was the wrong angle,
生野
yeah.
さんが枠さんを目撃した時もこんな風に見えたはずです。生野さんが被害者の枠さんを見たという証言は嘘でした。
何？
なぜなら生野さんが見たものは枠さんであるとは限りません。単に布団の膨らみを見ただけの可能性がある。にもかかわらず枠さんが寝ていたとの証言は明らかに誇張しすぎです。
そうでしょうか。常識的に考えれば枠さんが寝ているとしか。
私たちナースは患者さんの状況を見る際には必ず入室します。枠さんのこの病室の場合、廊下から室内を覗き込んだだけでは何も分かりません。以前布団の膨らみを見て患者さんがベッドにいると思い込んでいると、デイルームでお食事中だったということも実際に何度かありました。その時は布団の中に枕が入り込んで人がいるように見えてしまってたんです。
ここは大事なところです。検察は被害者が病室から運び出された時間を生野さんの証言により7時50分頃から8時半までとしています。そしてその間、枠さんの遺体を隠して運べたのはランドリーカートを押していた被告人しかいなかったと。しかし生野さんの証言が正確でないなら、例えば犯人は前日の夜人目につかない時間に枠さんを連れ出すこともできます。そしてその後隙を伺って被告人のトラックにその遺体を隠すということも。つまり今回の犯行が被告人以外にも十分可能だったということになり、検察の主張は根本から覆ります。裁判長、この新たな証言を踏まえ検察側証人の生野氏に対して再度尋問させてください。
Yeah, I really dislike the way they do stuff in Japan when it comes to these trials.
生野さん。
はい。
単刀直入に伺います。あなたは事件当日の朝、枠さんの病室の中に何をご覧になりましたか？
ベッドで眠っている枠さんだったと思います。
はっきりと枠さんの顔を見ましたか？
よく覚えてません。
ではベッドにいたのは別人だった可能性があります。もしくはただ単に布団が膨らんで見えていただけで誰もいなかったのかも。そうではありませんか？
異議あり。弁護人の意見を押し付ける質問です。
弁護人は質問を変えていただけますか？
あなたが見たのは枠さんだったと間違いなく言い切れますか？
言い切れないかもしれません。
尋問は以上ですが、ここで一つ検察に申し上げます。
は？
Address the process. This is something that addressing somebody when there's a witness on the stand, like addressing the prosecution or something, like with a witness. Damn it, like with a witness on the stand, and like, well, there's no jury, I guess, but at the same time, with a witness on the stand, it's extremely weird. This is like something like I don't think you do. Like if you wanted to talk to them, but this is something they want to. It's like this is almost like This is like examining. This is almost like examining the lawyer in front of the judge. This is extremely weird. If this is something that actually happens in Japanese courtrooms as part of a trial, extremely weird. And also, when do they not have any trials by jury? When do they have trial by jury? Do they not have trial by jury? So far, we've only had trials. We've only had murder trials, though. Even then, though, if they don't have trial by jury, I don't think it should be trial by judge. If it's only trial by judge, I do remember I believe in the movie I Didn't Do It, which was a molestation, which I mean, it was I don't know what type of charge. I don't know if it's a misdemeanor or I don't know what it is. But it was chikan, or basically groping. So groping on a train, and he didn't do it. But I don't know what size the charge is. But I'm pretty sure that was a trial by jury case. So when do they have trial by juries? So I'm pretty sure they do have trial by juries, and if not, there's the only time we don't have trial by juries is a civil case, and the only reason in civil cases we don't have trial by juries because it's quite literally discerning whether or not the law was broken. Like what does the law say in like a civil case? Like this is what the law says. Who's right? Like there's two parties, there's two civil parties. What does the law say? This and that. And that's why there's only a judge. But in a criminal case, I again think the U.S. system, there should be a judge there, and there is a point where a judge can't override a jury. It doesn't happen very often. You do technically, I think, need justification. I mean, I think you really do need justification. But I think the trial by jury, I think it could be shored up some, to be honest. A lot of times, because people are too whimsical on their feelings, I feel. But the judges just hold all the power then. They could just sentence whoever they want. Like, they don't even have to follow the law. Like, who's above the judges? Do they even vote the judges in? Like, how do the judges get in? Like, are judges voted in Japan? Like, I think it's a big no-no if it's not done. Like, trust me, you do not want you don't want like an oligarchy or like a group of superiors over you, basically, of the hierarchy, or a higher group of people, quote unquote, over you. Like, you really don't, that are just constantly judging you. Jury by peers seems to be one of the best systems, guided, quote unquote, by a judge who's supposed to know the law, then with lawyers defending who supposedly know the law on each side. I think it's kind of similar to our government. It's a three systems. You got lawyers, judges, jury, right? And they kind of quote check and balance each other, in a way. So, and then of course you have the Court of Appeals. You have ways to like kind of deal with certain other issues. But yeah, if you just got like 5 judges up there, like even if you have other judges to check each other, like you could just have power hungry judges that just say, just start killing everybody, or just, you know, guilty, or free, you know, just guilty to all the poor people who they don't care about, and all the fucking rich people just get, you know, you just get a corrupt judge and you're just fucked. You can't do that, really. It's very hard to do that with a... Now, you get sentencing, but you can... I mean, judges still determine sentencing and stuff like that, but you can, if a judge... like, if you get a guilty verdict and a judge overly sentences someone, or... like I said, like if someone comes back not guilty, and for some reason they throw that verdict out, that's a... They need a... You can extremely, like, if they throw that verdict out by the jury appears not guilty and say, nope, you're guilty for some reason, I don't know how, or just for some reason, you know, whatever. If they decide to somehow do something that's extremely that's only done in a blue moon or something, then that's something that you could possibly, like, go to Court of Appeals on, and it's much better for your case if it's something that's only done in a blue moon, because they need a very big justification for it, and it seems like they've only done it, like, yeah. So again, this is a kind of, hopefully this is a good representation. I'm not 100% sure. Some of it looks familiar. Some of it, the cross-examination of the other the other lawyer is extremely weird to me. I don't remember it. There is a little bit of back and forth. I remember some, but like to question him is kind of weird. Like he's to like question his argumentation. What you would do is he would question what you would do is he would question the... What you would do in America is he would question the witness, and then to break down his argumentation, you would ask questions of the witness that would turn against his argument, that would break against his argument. And obviously, this, you know, in this case, it would show the judge that that argument doesn't prevail, and you would point this out to the judge. You would also then, obviously, you have final ending statements that would point this out to the judge. You could bring this in argumentation, stuff like that. So
被告人は犯行がわずかな時間帯に行われたという前提のもと、ただ一人の被疑者として起訴されました。しかし正確性に欠ける目撃証言が崩れた今、犯行は被告人以外の人物にも十分可能だったと考えられます。そこで検察は控訴取り消しはお考えになりませんか？もうこの裁判自体が時間の無駄にもなりかねませんので。
Something like this seems very weird to address in court during the trial. This is something you would address in America outside the court between the two parties. Yeah, you address outside the court between the two parties, not in front of a witness during the trial, in front of the judges. Again, if this is something the way they do it in Japan, it seems very weird, strange. I don't understand why they do it this way. Again, it seems like this would do something to the witness. Like, you would try to not show this stuff in front of the witness as much as possible, because it could either A, confuse the witness, it could do something to tampering with the witness. You know, you want to try and keep the witness as out of that garbage, like out of that stuff as much as possible. You want them to stay, like, anything that can make them sway from whatever, outside of questioning. Like, when I say sway, like, that might, like, now he's saying, oh, you might have, like, because now he might be like, oh my god, like this is what, like I might be wrong. Like, now they're saying, like, they might drop the charges, you know, they're gonna be like, no. Now he might start, like, changing his words. He might start like, you know, his answers might now become different. That's bad. So you do the stuff outside the presence of, in our case, witnesses or jury. In this case, you would be doing just outside the cases of witnesses, or not witness, yeah, out of witnesses. So yeah, it's really weird, very weird, doing it in front of everybody, like I don't know if it's a presentation. I don't know how reflective and well this is done. Again, this might not be very professional. I'd have to go back and see the movie, because that one was done very well. I'd have to go and see Japanese cases, court cases a little bit better. I mean, not a little bit better, but go and see them and to get a better idea.
検察は目撃証言が崩れたとは認識しておりません。些細な点で記憶が曖昧だとしても、証人が被害者を
No, he saw some lump in the bed. He didn't see even a body. He saw a blanket, maybe. He saw something. He didn't see a face. He doesn't even know that it is the person. He cannot conclusively say that was them. He can't. And like that means the prosecution. That means as the prosecutor, then your shit job. He said, "I saw something. I saw something in that bed. Whether it was a massive blanket, a pillow, whatever. You didn't even get a face. Like he needs to have seen the face. Like maybe even if he saw a body dressed in clothes that normally the guy wore, you can't conclusively say that was him because you didn't see a face. Like any other person could have worn bodies and laid in that bed, worn clothes and laid in that bed. You're doing a shit job. You're shitty. You're shitty at your job. They've shown that twice now. You've lost two murder charges.
それでは正確性に欠けると思いませんか。善とある若者を殺人という罪で裁くこの場で、生野氏の証言は完全に信頼できると言えますか。
生野氏は誠実な科学者です。幼い頃に認知症のおばあ様の姿を見て育ち、その特効薬を作ろうと苦学の末に先端創薬開発センターで指折りの科学者にまでなった。
That doesn't mean he automatically saw the body.
そして患者をいたわる気持ちから日々巡回していたことで今回の目撃証言につながったんです。その証言を完全に信頼できるかと聞かれれば間違いないと答えるほかありません。
See, this doesn't matter. This doesn't like this. We shouldn't. This again, if this is also actually something that happens, that is actually true or whatever. This isn't pertinent. This is not pertinent. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Who gives a shit what the lawyer thinks? Who gives a shit what the prosecutor thinks? The fact is, he didn't see a face. He didn't even see clothes. He saw something in the bed, something he can't even was 100% was a body. Like case closed. Pretty much case closed on that fact. You don't have a witness knowing that the body was there. Therefore, he could have been murdered totally some other time. The body was just found in the bed of the truck. And at worst, you could what? There's usually laws for like I don't know why there's laws for this, but getting rid of a corpse or something improperly or something like that. I don't know why there's stupid laws for that. I don't think there's laws for that in America. Illegally disposing a corpse, like you didn't murder, like somebody in your family dies and you bury them in your backyard. That's illegal. I don't know. It's the dumbest. Like there's laws for everything. It's the stupidest fucking thing. If there's a law like that, government, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
すると検察はこれまでもこれからも生野さんが言うことなら何でも頭ごなしに信じる。
Blind faith with no evidence. Yes. Yeah. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch.
証言への裏付けが不十分だったのではありませんか。
証人の肩書きに左右されることはありません。検察は DV の前科を持つ被告人の証言にさえ聞く耳を持っています。6年前
This doesn't prove anything. A case done. He has one case. This is like saying a kid that got into a fight when he was younger. Now he said as a kid. I don't know how young he was, but he said he was a kid. If a kid got into a fight with a group of kids or hit a girl, let's say hit a girl when he was younger, like say even up to like 18 or something, that he all of a sudden means he has a reputation of murder or right like
被告人の当時の恋人は指を骨折させられ、今も後遺症が残っています。原因は飲酒と些細な日常生活。
How is she broke a finger. I would like to see how she broke that finger. Like I would like to like did he break the finger off?
一方、今回被告人は事件のあった数日前に
Oh dear.
被害者の枠さんから財布を盗んだと疑われ。
No, he didn't. There's no proof of that. The old guy said he did.
顔をはたかれています。
There's no proof of that. The old guy doesn't even have any bruises, or if he had punched him, there would be physical proof that he had done it. He's an old guy. Old people bruise terribly easily. They bump into something and they bruise. So he would have had, if you punched him anywhere, he would have had a bruise and there would have been evidence. They've already the people like the hospital and the nurses and people already you should have, like, this as a lawyer, as a defendant, should already have testimony that this is not true. That this is something that happens to Alzheimer's patients all the time, dementia patients all the time. Like, I mean, they already talked about it of what it is, and that there's no proof, or there's nothing to prove that he hit him, right? So that's not false accusation. So if someone simply comes up to you, accuses you of stealing something, and accuses you of punching them, and then everyone's on your side, that is not motivation for murder. It's not motivation for murder.
犯行に至った動機として十分に考えられる。
Why is she standing up?
どうされました？退廷しないのであればお座りください。寺沢さん？
大久保さんは異常者じゃありません。
I think they're already dating.
前に暴力を振るってからは一滴もお酒を飲んでません。
勝手な発言は控えてください。
枠さんに殴られたことも認知症の症状の一つと理解してました。だから恨みなんてしない。それが殺人の理由なんて考えられない。
寺沢さん、もういい。
大久保さんにだっていいところはいっぱいあります。
今すぐ退廷を命じます。
確かに愛想はいい方じゃないけど仕事熱心だし、約束は絶対に守るし。大久保さんは万が一自分が有罪になったら私に迷惑がかかるから、だから私に証言はするなって。だから弁護士にさえ私たちが付き合っていること絶対に言うなって。
Well, I mean, I don't think that helps. I don't think that helps.
自分が刑務所に行くかもしれないのに、私の将来を一番に考えてくれる人なんです。
I really don't
そう
think.
いう人なんです。そんな大久保さんを異常者と呼ぶ検事が本当に聞く耳を持っているんですか？
それからも審理は続いたが、彼女の捨て台詞が判決の行方を決定づけたように思う。大久保新平は無罪とされた。しかしそれからわずか1月後、その大久保の手によって寺沢恵美は無残な姿に変わり果てた。
I don't think he did it. My only problem here is, well, not my only problem, but they're hauling him out of that burning building in cuffs, but they didn't even take, one of those cops didn't carry her body out. They don't, she might not be dead. that's the second time they've left a dead woman somewhere in the Yakuza series. Like I'm loving the Yakuza series and they're like these games and stuff, but Yakuza 0, well the character assassinated Ryu, Ryu. Yeah, Ryu. Why am I not Goro Majima, but the other one. Yeah, Ryu. Why am I? Yeah, that's his name, Ryu, right? Yeah, Ryu. The character assassinated him, where he cares about pretty much everybody. He helps everybody. He cares about his friends, like even more than his own life. And then he sees a woman get shot in front of him, and then he just watches her sit there and start bleeding to death, and then turns her and gives and then sits there, lets the bad guy keep talking, gives a short speech, and then walks out. Like he's a heartless, like emotionless prick. Okay, and then the next scene is him like having this emotional thing where his friend, he's like, "It's okay, my friend, you can go ahead and kill me, and then take my and take my head to save your life." Like, yeah, whatever. And then this scene, like, I don't know the cops. It doesn't character assassinate the cops, but then it's the second time they left the girl. Like, the cops obviously went into the burning building or something. Like the way maybe it's just a bad scene. Maybe they should have done it differently. But did they go into the building to get the guy or something? Because obviously one cop taking him out is enough or something. He's not fighting back or something. Why didn't the cop get the girl? Like, if the burning, I think your priority is to get the injured person. And yeah, so the fact that they just let the building burn down on her when she might not be dead, like, that's extremely infuriating. I mean, they could be corrupt cops too. But without me knowing, then I think it's just a bad editing directorial choice on the game people's, like, yeah. I would have preferred to see the scene. It would have been better to see the building on fire in the background with medical people, right? With her being taken out on a stretcher, like, say, like firemen or something, like carrying her out, like obviously her like bloody and looking dead, right? Carrying her out and putting her on a stretcher in the background while he's being dragged away and looking back at the corpse or something, and they're like then like carting her off to get loaded into like an ambulance in the background or something. That would have been a better scene. That would have been better. Like, that's all it did. It took me 5 seconds to fix that. 5 seconds. You add some firemen taking him in the background, putting her on a stretcher, ambulance, and then they're like moving the stretcher thing towards the ambulance. Scene over. Like, it takes you a couple more animations and people. You put a couple more people in, a couple more animations, ain't gonna blow the budget up that much. Done. Like seriously. You left an injured woman in a burning building. There's no way those cops are like, "Oh yeah, she's dead." And it's not. And the other thing too is, it is not. Especially when you pay your taxes. This is the thing. The thing is so stupid. In America, I think a judge said like the cops don't have a requirement to help people, which is the dumbest fucking thing. That judge deserves to be strung up by his neck and quartered. What is it? Drawn and quartered. Like, he deserves to be drawn and quartered. Yeah. That judge should be drawn and quartered very slowly. 4 horses slowly tearing him apart. But yes, the cops do. You pay your taxes. You are a person of the state. If you sign up to be a cop, you should be held responsible. If there's a person and you do not help them, you should be held responsible. You should be held responsible. The state should be held responsible. To the very least, the state should be held responsible. Okay? So I mean, if it goes so very much, if the state isn't held, if cops in the state it is not a necessity to help when you are in need of aid, it just goes as further that there's no reason why they can't do whatever they want. It's just a couple steps away. Because then they could just they can just do do whatever they want. Like if you pay, they just turn into a mob after that. They're like a mafia. They're just a mafia after that. That's all they are. So that judge, drawn and quartered, man. That ruling needs to be thrown out immediately. Not only does that that's why stuff like that needs to be ignored. If there's a bad judgment, that needs to be an uprising and ignore. That's when revolutions start, my friend. But yes, so what I'm saying is the cops don't get to make that decision. You see a person on the floor injured, they're like a police officer needs to call. If you see someone that looks like they're dying or hurt or whatever, it is your job. It is a necessity. If you don't do it, you should be held accountable. Whether just at the very least be losing your job or whatever. I'm not quite sure yet. Losing your job at the very least, probably. But it's not your decision to say, "Oh, she's dead. She's beyond help." No, you should be calling. They should have been calling in for an ambulance. They should be getting her out of the building. They should be getting her into the ambulance, and she needs to be going to the hospital. They can decide at the hospital whether she's declared dead or not. That's what that is your fucking job. None of this, oh, they don't need to help bullshit. That is the dumbest fucking thing. That is exactly it. That is exactly what the government is. We put the people in power, right? The people put the government in power. The government, we put, the police force is there for us. And if we are in need of aid, they are there to help, and they have to help. There is none of that bullshit. Whoever that judge is deserves. Oh, there's so many things that should be done to that judge. So many terrible things. Whatever person thinks like that should be oh dear God, so many terrible things. You are there to serve in the government. You are in the government. You are in the police force. Any of those things that are being used for our tax dollars, you are you are there to serve us. You are a servant. You are there to serve. If you don't like that, then get the fuck out. So many of them are there just for the fucking paycheck and to get get the paycheck after they retire and shit. I'm sick and tired of those people. Those people all of them deserve to be tortured. Drawn and quarter, all of them. Every single person that just thinks that they are some high and mighty person like that. Judges, all those people, you are there to serve us. That's what you are. And until they learn some fucking humility. What was the line? Is there a line, the line from Shakespeare? Kill all the lawyers. The lawyers aren't as bad. I think it should be kill all the Congress people. Kill all the government people. That's a better line, I think. The lawyers might be an evil necessity. At least they don't take your money, unless you give it to them. The lawyers don't send the police to your house.
木戸さん、今もセンター長でいらしたんですね。
確かに見覚えがあるな。でも前より随分やさぐれたか。
I don't know. I think he looks better.
今はカムロ町で探偵をやってます。八神です。
腹が立つよ。あの時は君のせいでミス寺沢君を。そうだろ小野。
誰にも止められなかったんです。私がもっとしっかり証言できていればよかった。
小野さんでしたか。
それで今日はここで何を？
ある殺人事件の調査をしてます。ぜひご協力いただけませんか。昔のよしみで。
Mukashi. That's how you start off a ghost story or a fairy tale. Mukashi mukashi.
ああ、そういうことか。わかった。ご苦労さん。
I'm surprised he helped him.
確かに新谷という弁護士からうちに電話があったようだ。
彼が電話をした相手は
小野だ。
さっきのあの小野さんですか？
I'm very
結
surprised.
局何の用だったかは分からずじまいだがね。電話があった時小野は席を外していたし、その新谷さんも伝言は残さなかった。
Whether or not we can believe him.
何か心当たりは？
さあ、小野は新谷さんと面識がないと言っている。だから電話が来た理由もわからんと。
本当に？
私も小野もアドデック9の論文著者だよ。これでも随分名が知られるようになってね。赤の他人が友人や親戚と名乗って連絡よこすこともある。新谷さんもそういう手合いじゃなか
He's
った
got
の
a
か、
big nose.
新谷を殺害した犯人はカムロ町でモグラと呼ばれてます。これまでに他にも3件ヤクザの目をえぐって殺してる。その事件はご存知ですか？
ニュースくらいは。
Something about
モ
Shono.
グラがこちらのセンターと関係してそうなことは。
He's a little weird guy.
思い当たることは何もないね。そろそろいいだろう。もう協力できることはないよ。
お待ちください。困ります。
あなた方は？
黒岩と言います。カムロ署組織犯罪対策課。こ
May
ちら
hear from me?
へある事件の重要参考人がお邪魔してるか
Of course.
と。お前のことだぞ、八神。
ん？
新谷弁護士殺害事件の重要参考人として話を聞かせてもらう。
なんだと？
Unless they're suspecting him as the murderer, this is a simple, polite phone call, or you simply wait for him to come back and ask him. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. This is why I hate this guy. Like, he's such a piece of shit power tripper. I was gonna say, why is he a material witness? Oh, that was the end of the chapter. Okay. Around chapter 6 or 7.
その生前最後の通話履歴から八神を破滅させた3年前の事件がよみがえる。病院から連れ去られ山に埋められた入院患者。
Yeah, especially now that more information's been revealed, I really don't think Shinpei's done it unless they're really trying to, unless they're giving us like a unreliable narrator kind of situation here. Like, so far what we've seen definitely seems like there's a good chance with what the girlfriend, like how she feels, how she's, with her and him, doesn't really seem like he did the murder. He dumped the body, it seems like, because he feels like he was scared. Somebody put it in his truck, either to blame him or to hide the body. And then, obviously, like I said, he looked extremely... He doesn't look like a cold killer. He didn't look like a cold killer coming out of that room. He looked extremely shocked, is what he looked like. His mouth was, like, hanging open. He was, like loose and, like, looking down at the ground. Like, he was, like... like, kind of like how you are, like, after, like, just, like, shock. I don't know how else to say it. Like, you are shocked. Your body's all... He's kind of, like, limp, and his eyes were, like, he was just kind of staring off into oblivion, and his mouth was kind of open, and he was covered in blood, looking like he probably went over and grabbed her or something. It didn't look like it was, like... He didn't look like he had, like, splatter, like, the blood, like was all over him that way. It looked like he had, like, held her or something. But I could be wrong. But like I said, just like the fact that the cops are there right away, like how do they know, how the cops know to be there right after he murdered her? Like he didn't, like, usually, like if he murdered her, he would have like done something with the body, like even then, like if he had set like fire to the house, like why was he in the place? Like he would have left. I don't know. Like it seems too, like they were there too quick, whatever. So there's a good chance that after he got off, somebody killed a girlfriend, maybe looking for him, or they did it to try and make him look guilty. Either or, I'm not sure. Like maybe they were both meant to be there, and they ended up killing her instead, and he came back to the house like right after, like he left the house and came back, something like that. He was even insisting that he wasn't, like he didn't do it afterwards. And like I said, like the girlfriend like was like so, like the relation, like it just doesn't seem that way. And unless, like I said, it's an unreliable narrator situation where they're like showing us all this stuff that kind of seems to be in his defense, and he seems to be really sad and stuff, like it really is pointing in the direction that he didn't do the first one. And I don't believe he's probably did do the second one. It seems like, especially with the way things are going, where like Hamura, the way things like happened with Hamura, like there's like something's amuck. So and I think it's something to do with his drug with the old guy, and then they were trying to still get him blamed. They wanted to blame him. Maybe they were going to try and make it look like a murder suicide, or maybe they just wanted him to go to jail for it, and that way it would, if he murdered his girlfriend, it would look like I said, it would look like he was still responsible for the first murder because he murdered her, and like people would be like, oh no, he really did the first murder, all that stuff. Yeah, like just look at his look. Like that doesn't look like someone that just murdered his girlfriend for like why, like he looks like he's in fucking shock. Like he's just like out of it. Like he didn't just like why would he murder her? Like unless she's like unless she like told him to, but even then that would make no sense. Like it wasn't like a case, like she knew he would be, if for some reason she told him to, it would be like she knew he would be in super trouble. Like he would be in life because because there's a chase. Well, that's the thing too. Why is he on death row? He shouldn't. I mean, is it like they were talking earlier for the first case? Was it because of how gruesome it was? There's no way, because he got, in America, you can't have double jeopardy. If you get off, if you're accused of a murder and you're found not guilty, and then you get accused of, like, you can't be retrialed for that case. And if you get accused of another murder or something, like, so like if you get a murder, if you murdered someone and then say murder another one and get guilty of both of them, you get like more punishment. But if you get like accused of a murder, get not guilty for that one, and then accused of another murder and guilty for that one, you should technically only get punishment and no extra punishment for the one murder. So why is he on, like, they were talking earlier about like 10 years, which seems kind of low for a murder. But they were saying only like 10 years, maybe a little bit worse. But now he's on death row for murdering his girlfriend. Maybe it was like, it seems like they somehow took into account the first murder that he got off for. Maybe it was just because of how egregious it was, and the fact that because the fact that he was saying he was innocent and they still found him guilty because he's not what is it? You know, because of like how egregious, he murdered her, tried to burn the place down or something, or that's what they're saying he did. Then I don't know. Yeah. The first one was going to be like first one seems low, and then the second one seems like they jumped all the way to like, you know, death row. So I still hate seeing this every single time. Like he looks angry there, sure, but like he totally seems out of it. Like the face is a little different, but I'll give you that. Like I would be like, I'd like be going kind of insane.
新谷弁護士殺害事件の重要参考人として話を聞かせてもらう。
Lawyer?
なんだと？
How would I be a material witness?
源田法律事務所の星野と言います。
Good thing Machino's
刑
there.
事さん、これは任意の同行ということですね。
え
え。Okay, then.
どうします？
お断りします。
何？
では、そういうことですので、お引き取り
を。大ごとにしたくなきゃ一緒に来た方がいいな。今だから任意で済んでる。
What? That's not how that works.
弁護士に通用しませんよ。
よそでやってもらえませんか？私も暇じゃない。
法廷から逃げ打った弁護士には通じるんだよ。叩きゃ誇りだらけだしな。おとなしくついてこい。札なんか取ったらこっちも引けなくなるぞ。
You can't. If he's a material witness, what? Japan, what the fuck?
取れるもんなら取ってこいよ。俺を疑う根拠はどうせ何も。
Yeah, so a material witness doesn't mean like a witness. He's a suspect. I guess that's like maybe. Is that the same terminology they use in America? Like I don't know why you just didn't say he's a suspect. Like I said, it might be a fancier way of saying suspect. Yeah, power tripping douchebag. Yeah, don't ever, especially don't ever talk without a lawyer. Don't ever give them anything. There's no way he could get. There's no way he could get that. You've got no physical evidence unless the guy planted it in his office. And then what? And then and then he left the person he murdered in his own closet. In his own closet, and then asked someone to call the cops for him. like what? Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Oh, dude, you can so use that as evidence against him. I hope I get to beat the shit out of that guy.
君らも出て行け。
その前に生野さんと話をさせてもらえませんか？なんで新谷から電話がかかってきたのか、そのあたりを。
だから生野にも心当たりはないんだよ。さっきそう言ったろ。
You sure seem to know what he would say. Do you talk for him all the time? Apparently he doesn't have much of his own mouth.
なんかいろいろ妙なことになりましたね。あの刑事、八神さんを重要参考人だなんて。
ああ、何言ってんだかわからねえけど、それより俺らがここに来てることがなぜか筒抜けだったな。
そういえば警察はどうやって僕らの居場所を？
Following?
さあな。それより今は生野だ。せっかくここまで来たんだし、なんとか直接話がしたい。
ですね。どこで会えるか受付で聞いてみましょう。
I don't know why they get to. Don't say that. Like, is it still not a fact? I guess I hate it when they say it was proven in a court of law because Japan. Do they even have, like, she said they was stabbed. If he didn't do it, how do they even I want to see the evidence. I want to see the evidence. Is there even a murder weapon? I bet you, like, oh, they got him convicted simply based upon the fact that her body was there and he had some blood on her clothes. Like, I bet you they didn't have a murder weapon. I bet you tons of stuff. Oh my goodness. Fine.
いらっしゃいませ。
さっきセンター長室にお邪魔してたものです。
え？ああ、はい。何かお忘れ物でも？
いや、急で恐縮なんですが、実はアドデック9の生野さんともお話ししたくて。どちらに伺えば会えますか？
それですと、開発研究棟ですね。異常タンパク質の研究フロアだと思います。
あ、もしかしてゴールドのカードキーがいるところ？
ええ。でもセンター長の了解が取れればお貸し出しできます。ちょっと聞いてみますね。失礼ですが、もう一度お客様のお名前を。
あ、なら悪いからいいです。木戸さんさっき忙しくしてたからまた出直します。
いいんですか？
センター長の耳に入ったら絶対止められますもんね。
でも一応生野の居場所は分かったな。
ええ、案内掲示板か何かあれば。
これはこれは地下駐車場、搬入口だ。3年前に大久保のトラックを止めてたのもここだよ。怪しい。センター長室、俺らがさっきまでいた木戸の部屋だ。開発研究棟、ここか。
受付の人、異常タンパク質のフロアとか言ってましたけど、この掲示板じゃ細かい場所まではわからないですね。
どこだ？なんだこれが現在地だな。センターの受付ロビーだ。これはセキュリティゲート。
すみません。
何か？
こちらの女性がショーノのスタッフで、ちょうどこれから開発研究棟へ戻ります。
え？
橋本と言います。もしよかったら私がショーノのところへご案内しますが。
いいんですか？
ええ。
ぜひお願いします。
よかった。今ちょうど橋本さんがここを通ったものですから。
ありがと
う。ではこちらへ。
どうも助かります。八神と言います。
僕は源田法律事務所の星野です。ご親切にどうも。
いえ、センター長のお客様ですから。ここはとにかく広いので。
Can't pause. There we go. Seems a little easy, like a little lax on the security. Like, yes, we were talking to the director, but letting us into a certain, like a restricted area.
ご不便をおかけしてます。
別にそんな。ところで、生野さんがいらっしゃるのは、
開発研究棟です。その中の異常タンパク質研究。
橋本さんはここではどういう？
アドデック9の開発ユニット所属です。そのユニットリーダーがショーノで、私は一番下っ端ですね。
そういえばアドデック9ってどういう意味なんですか？
アドデックは先端創薬開発センター、アドバンスドドラッグデベロップメントセンターのイニシャルです。そこで開発される9番目の薬なので。
だからアドデック9か。
認知症ってまだ治す薬がないんですってね。今は病気の進行を抑えるのが精一杯だとか。でもだからアドテック9は期待されているんですよね。アルツハイマーを治せるって。
ええ。日本で認知症の方って何人くらいいるかご存知ですか？
多分何十万か100万人超えてるんですかね。
ええ。2012年の時点で462万人です。
そんなに？
これが2025年には700万人、予備軍を含めると1300万。国民の9人に1人です。でも今の時点でもう施設はいっぱい。60過ぎの方が認知症の親を家で見てるとか、そんなケースもザラです。さらに世界で見ると2050年の認知症患者は1億3500万人。つまりアドデック9が救おうとしているのは全世界の未来なんです。
僕らさっき木戸さんに結構失礼な口聞いちゃってましたよね。まずかったかな。
センター長は多分歴史に名が残る人ですよ。
3年前から随分出世したんだな。道理で偉そうにしてた。
こらこら。
あちらにショーノが。じゃあ私はこれで。
生野さん。
八神さん、なんでどうやってここに？
少しだけお話を伺いたいんです。
いや困りますよ。センター長は知らないんですよね。
どうされました？
一ノ瀬さん。いやその
生野さんが大声を上げるなんて珍しい。
あんたさっきロビーで見たの？
私は一ノ瀬と言います。厚生労働省のものでしてね。アドテック9への政治的な支援をしています。
木戸さんはあんたを事務次官と。
生野さんが迷惑がられてます。お引き取りを。
事務次官っていうと官僚のトップですよね。役人ならあんたの言うことを聞くんでしょうが、俺は違いますよ。
なるほど。
生野さん。
Can't they just call security? But I guess Shono would have to do that.
少しだけお話をさせてください。それが済んだらすぐ帰ります。
困るんですって、センター長のいないところで。
新谷はなんであなた宛てに電話したんです？
だから新谷なんて名前聞いたこともないんですよ。
大事なことなんです。何か心当たりがあるはずだ。
何もないって。もうお引き取りください。センター長に連絡します。
わかりました。じゃあ最後にあと一つだけお願いします。新谷弁護士は殺された後、犯人の手で両目をえぐられていました。それ以前にもカムロ町で似たような事件が3件起きています。生野さんはその事件のことを
知っていますよ。もちろんニュースで見ました。
それでも新谷から電話を受けた心当たりは本当に何もない？
ありませんよ。もう仕事に戻らせてください。
あんたらここで何してるんだ？
センター長。
もう帰ったんじゃなかったのか？こそこそ何をやっている？
新谷からの電話について話を。
生野は何も知らないと言ったはずだ。
ご本人の口からはっきり確かめたかったんです。
君、セキュリティに連絡を。
もう帰りますよ。行こう、星野君。
弁護士会には大臣の名前でクレームを入れておきますよ。
大臣？厚労省の。
ああ、風見大臣はうちの新薬に大きな期待を寄せている。きっと君らの行動をお気に召さないと思うね。
結局分からずじまいでした。
Ah!
新谷先生がなんであの生野さんに電話したか。八神さん？
厚労大臣がどうのって話は最近カムロ町でも聞いた。
はい？
いつだったあれは。 誰と話した時に厚労大臣の名前が？綾部からだ。テンダーで飲んだ時、あいつが話の中で風見大臣の名前を。
Oh yeah, Minister of.
確か初めはなんで関西の協励会がカムロ町に来たのかって話だったんだ。
He said they were talking about the Minister of Health.
梶平って大手ゼネコンに使われてるらしい。で、この梶平が一時期都内の再開発を計画して会長自ら根回しに動いてた。その交渉相手の一人が厚生労働省の風見大臣。はあ。けど都市開発だったら国土交通省とかじゃね？厚労大臣なんてお門違いだろう。何を根回しすることがある？
確かにそうですけど、それってうちの事件と関係ありますかね？
わからないな。梶平と風見が会って何を話していたかによる。
それならうちの梶平担当が調べられるかも。
ん？
杉浦さんですよ。元梶平の社員だったんですよね。
それだ。
なるほどね。じゃあ梶平と風見大臣のつながりが分かればいいの？
ああ。杉浦の方で何か探るつては？
どうかな。でも調べてみるよ。
助かる。
そっちはまだ創薬センターだよね。少し時間くれる？何か分かったら電話するから。
八神さん、僕は一旦事務所に戻りますね。沙織さんからメールが来てました。今服部って記者が押しかけてきてるそうなんで、八神さんに取材したいって。
え？
新谷先生の件を嗅ぎ回ってるみたいです。僕が代わりに追っ払っておきますよ。
星野君は源田事務所の次期エースだな。
いや、いいですよそういうの。本当に。僕期待されたり責任重いの嫌なんで、だから誰かの2番手でいるのが一番向いてるなって。
じゃあいつ独り立ちするんだ？
ずっとしないですよ。僕は一生このまま一流の2番手で居続けたいんです。それじゃ。
I'll be right back. We're back. Oh, right. I have a big smudge on my... Ah! The headset's going crazy. No more smudgeroos for you. Got some cheese. Lovely cheese. Slow down, dog. Oh, they're choking on our food. It says update, but I don't see an update. Let's find Minister of Health. Hmm.